My name is Angela Taylor. I'm from the Department of Criminal Justice, and I advise. In terms of advice, for a good advising process, I have basically four things that I do that I think are very important. The first is to be knowledgeable. Specifically, know as much as you can about your curriculum and curriculum from other departments if you can. Every student at FSU has to go through the university core, so it's important to know courses outside of your own discipline. Having said that, it's obviously very important to know what the courses in your own discipline are like, what the required courses are, what the electives are, what the prerequisites are, etc. Generally, the more knowledgeable you are, the better you're able to provide useful and accurate information to the student that you advise. The second aspect of advising that I think is important to its success is organization. Cannot stress this one enough. I know that now in the age of the CAP audit, a lot of people will just print out a student's CAP audit file and just give it to them as a method of advisement. I'm actually a bit more old school in that I rely not so much on the CAP audit, but on the curriculum guide. I review the curriculum guide by hand, and I fill it out, in detail, and I color code it. I color code it based on the classes the student has taken in the past, what they're currently taking now, and what they need to take in the future. And I think this process helps both me and the student. For me, it helps me keep on top of the specific academic career of the student in question. For the student, him or herself, I think it's very helpful because it shows him or her where they were, where they are now, and where they need to go in terms of their path to getting a college degree. So I think organization is really key. Availability. That's a third quality that I think good advising has. I, of course, contact students, twice a semester by email, but actually I come into contact with them a lot more. I'm available by email, by phone call, and by in-person office visit. And very often advisees will come to me repeatedly about particular questions they have, about their curriculum, about their classes, or about anything else. I have a rule that I will try to get in contact with an advisee within 24 to 48 hours of them contacting me, however they contact me. So I'm really known for giving a quick response to my advisees. And I think that's important because, the sooner you can get back in touch with the student, the better off it is for them. The more they can go on their way in terms of taking their classes and, getting through FSU to get a college degree. Finally, the other quality, or most important quality, I think, in good advising is to know when you need help and to have no problems at all about seeking support. In my department, we have a couple of ex-chairs who are very knowledgeable about processes both within my department and outside of my department. In my department in criminal justice, we have a lot of transfer advisees. So there are a lot of issues in terms of what credit should transfer, which one shouldn't. And sometimes those questions are beyond me, in which case I'm going to go to the person who knows about them and try to get answers. There are a lot of people who have a lot of expertise at this university. There are people who are paid to know about the registration process and the graduation process and financial aid and student appeals, et cetera, right? Draw on their expertise so that you become a better advisor yourself, right? Finally, in terms of what advising means to me, I actually find that with advising, I have, in some sense, more one-on-one relationships with students than I even have in the classroom. For example, just before I came here, one of my advisees came, sat down in my chair, and we just had a conversation about football. You know, he was explaining to me how his practices are. What advising does is it allows you like another path or another avenue to develop one-on-one relationships with students. And that can't help but be a good thing.